What does it mean to bond a movie? A bond is a type of insurance. You're insuring that the movie is going to be delivered at a certain price and that the movie is going to have certain stars in it. So, say you have a pre sale from a distributor, it has certain things in it to trigger the release of funds, and it's you got to meet your film has to meet these certain criteria when you deliver it to them in order for the distributor to pay out. Well, you can ensure that the movie will have those things by closing a bond. So from a finance perspective, if I'm investing in somebody else's movie and I'm not going to be on set running it, my people aren't going to be there ensuring that the right thing gets done, I can put a bond in place, and the bond essentially ensures to me, the financier, that the movie is going to come in on budget. And if something happens, like people aren't doing their jobs or whatever, the bond company actually comes in and takes over the movie and finishes it. So there is like a level of stress because you have this oversight from a bond company when you are shooting the movie. The bond company also gets approvals over the accountant, the line producer, people like that. They get assurances up front and get to approve that you are hiring people that can do the jobs that need to be done on set. For instance, during COVID, there were movies that got finished because they had a bond and they had the right insurance, and because they were properly insured, the insurance companies paid out the money to finish those movies. Now, there is sort of a minimum floor to bond a movie. You don't see movies bonded that are below like 2 or 3 million. So it's one of the reasons we don't make movies or don't make many movies below that threshold, because I can't bond it. So, unless you go to a production finance company that specializes in that, like a company called Bondit, then you're typically not able to bond your movie below a certain number, just because it's not worth the bond company's time. Another lesser known fact is that a bond, can ensure the acceptance of deliveries. So, a common way, historically, of financing a movie is by pre-selling foreign. So, you go pre-sell foreign. Say you've got 30, 40 foreign territories with a different company for each territory, and then to finance the picture, you take out a loan against those foreign pre-sales. So you have to repay that loan when you deliver the movie to those companies. The money comes in, repays your loan. Now, what if one of those companies doesn't want to pay for some reason? You did your job, you delivered the movie you said you were going to deliver based on the script and the cast and the director that you said was going to be involved with the picture. You do your job, but then the company doesn't want to pay for some unknown reason, which could have nothing to do with you. It could be because they're bankrupt and they're teetering financially on the brink of disaster. It could be just something else that's just out of your control, right? Well, the bond can ensure the acceptance of that delivery and pay you out in the event that that company does not want to pay. So bonds are very important. They make investing in independent films safe. Whenever people don't want a bond as a financier, a little bit of a red flag, because it either means that they're not going to do the movie the most professional way, or just it's a whole thing. When you have a bond in place, the movie is funded through the bond company, so the money flows from the financier, multiple financiers maybe, through the bond company, who releases the money in tranches throughout the movie. So you have this oversight in a very specific way, where the movie's got to be organized and they're requesting funds for the next round of expenses, and then the bond company reviews and approves. It's a level of oversight that makes making independent films safe and reliable. The bonds are really particularly a thing in independent film, because you don't have the oversight of a studio, and you also don't. The studios are so big; they're essentially self-insured. So, they don't really need bonds like independent films do. But anyway, that's a little bit about bonds.